Greetings, Star Trek fans. This is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster, and I thought to update you on the Star Trek Chimera channel. In the event that the YouTube freaks out and goes, well, why isn't there anything on there? Well, there hasn't been any content. Over the past couple months, there has been a lot of other things going on, and we haven't had a chance to film more than 6 minutes of footage over the past 3 months. So we still have 27 minutes to go. And yeah, so Mark's Cards was extremely busy the last 2 weeks. We could have had filming. Hopefully this Thursday we will actually begin production again. As indicated already on the blog, the Chimera blog, on Location Cat blog for the official site, but not really on the web page, not really on the YouTube page. As what's indicated, the estimate that it was going to be released on Memorial Day weekend was premature. We've gone about doing this premature announcement thing several times. I thought for sure we'd be done. I really did. I thought for sure by now, it being April, that we would totally be doing post-production work, the last of the space sets, polishing things up, putting the movie together. No, we're not doing that. We did a trailer in January, or early February. We did some fake Super Bowl spots, of which people said, are these fake Super Bowl spots? Yes, they were fake. They were not on the Super Bowl. So, yeah, there's no content yet. So yes, the Super Bowl spots were fake, and we knew they were. They were spoofy. Somebody asked if there were going to be gag reels. Actually, the they weren't looking, because on the website there's nothing but gag reels. So far, we have lots of bloopers and trailers and behind-the-scenes stuff. So it's all over the website. So read it, look it over. Yeah. So. Star Trek Chimera will resume filming this Thursday, and hopefully we will get in a few more sessions, and then we'll finish up principal photography. Mainly, the remaining scenes are Mark's Cards scenes, which is why it's taking so long to put that all together. Yes. So yes. Yeah, if it was just some Kal Kat scenes left, you could just shoot them. Kal Kat scenes. But Mark's Cards wants to make sure that he is directing the whole movie all the way through, which has made it take longer. But that's the way we want it for the movie version. And the trailers and stuff. So, yeah, but he's been incredibly busy, so he was not able to do any filming of the film. So, also, Memorial Day weekend information has changed on the other channels. We announced that we did not attend the two of the conventions. There was a convention that was the toy show. We went to the one toy show, but not the other one, the March one. We didn't go to that one. Jim Ticon didn't need to worry. We didn't go. There was another. There was a comic book convention, the Big Wow. They stopped doing Big Wow at the convention center, McHenry. So convention center downtown San Jose. Now it is being turned into Comic-Con, Silicon Valley. So this was the first issue of that, and we did not attend that either. Also, didn't know they'd changed it, but even if they had, we didn't have the money. The next big convention would be Baycon and Fanime, and went over on the other two channels about that. On this channel, I'll mention that Baycon 2016 has decided to move their venue up north of us where are they going up there? It's San Leandro or something. But anyway, they're too far away. They've moved. They said, okay, we can't hack being next to Levi Stadium anymore that just opened a couple years ago. We are going to move, and we're going to have convention elsewhere. This Baycon is gone. Macon is done. We're not doing it anymore. However, we are doing Fanime. We will be there. Or at least Kal Kat will be there. Some of my characters will be in. I'll be in costume because that's what you do when you go to that. You go in costume, and so that'll be awesome to be at that and be one of the people that's there with a camera going, "Ooh, look at me! I have a camera. I want to take some pictures because it's cool." Or interviews, cool. So that'll be neat. Yeah, Kitty Key will be there. I'm sure Clint Cowpoke might. Well, he might be there too. This time maybe we won't lose a hat. But yeah, Fanime. Fanime is a big anime convention. And next year we will save up for Silicon Valley Comic Con. Go to that, of course. We have to. We have to go to that. This is April. This is April 2016, and there were other plans as well, but because the 2 months pushed back the other stuff. Well, we had Mark's Cards and I had gone to Disneyland, and we meant to discuss the nature of how a Chimera spin-off series would go, and to go down to Paramount and get permission to have our fan series. Not pitching an idea for Star Trek. No, we can't do that. As we said on the other channel, no fans are allowed to pitch for Star Trek. What they do is they go down there and they say, we have a fan film and it's not going to be for profit. And we want to get permission to have our fan film up there. We're not ready to get that permission yet. So we weren't ready in summer. So not worried about that yet, because this was never a Kickstarter. It was paid for in full by 2012 or so, late 2011, 2012. It was for the love of the game fan type of thing. It has no salaries involved, no studio involved. It's just KTS. It's so non-profit, it's ridiculous. It's not even making a profit. If it could go bankrupt, it would have. It's not a studio. We make YouTube videos for free, put them online. So we don't make anything from that, and don't infringe on any copyrights. And so Star Trek Chimera is not going to get in any legal trouble. Although there was some, people were worried. Oh, X and R's. That wasn't us. That's just somebody else. They got in trouble because they actually made a profit. We did not. When Star Trek Chimera comes out, it'll be free. YouTube, everyone can watch it. And there will be no AdSense. It'll just, there it is. Go watch our Star Trek parody thing. And hopefully you like it, because it is definitely a nod to the 50th anniversary. It's set in the Rick Berman, Michael Piller era of Star Trek, The Next Generation. But now it's 2388 in the story. It's set in the same time period as Renegades, interestingly enough. Yes, we know we're set in the same universe as Renegades. That's an interesting crossover with them. That now we can... Yes, there was a little bit of... we donated to their Kickstarter. So, same year. It was a coincidence that it's the same year, but it is. It's not canon with it, though. It's just in the Prime universe. So don't freak out, Renegades. We're not ripping you off. It's completely different. This is action figures. Anyway, so the other thing was the series idea. They premised that Star Trek Chimera would be picked up for a series run. It's a little premature on that too. I had written some scripts based on the aborted plan to make two more movies. There were going to be a part 2 and a part 3. This was going to be a trilogy. And there was no way that, given how slow we do these things, that would even ever come about. We would be like 60 years old before it ever got finished. So I went on and did some other parodies while waiting for all this to happen. I did a Robotech one and a Transformers one, and then I was like, okay, I can totally do that. And I learned some more about how the newer version of Photoshop that we have works. And the other camera died. We had to replace that. That was one reason we couldn't go to the conventions. We had to buy this new camera. So yeah, that's not part of the salary of the budget. That's what we had to go on, and that's yeah. There's no salary, but so the new camera had to. We haven't even really tested this new camera with Chimera footage yet. Actually, we have some footage from I think the end of the other one, and then that's pretty much it. I don't think this one has actually shot anything from it. It should be interesting. Yeah. But there was going to be a series, and currently it's kind of on the back burner in that the series idea was going to start on September 8th, 2016, which is that's the date that 50 years ago Star Trek started. And there's going to be web-based episodes 3 years later, set 3 years later based on the Chimera missions. That is all dependent now on the release of Star Trek Beyond and whether Star Trek Beyond makes any money. It doesn't really infer that we're not going to make any money. But if that movie completely blows, there's no reason to make a fan film spin-off of our fan film. What's the point? But and also the wink to that movie is one of the episodes, and it's like there's a wink in there to Beyond in there, yeah, of which was approved, and that one would have to not air. And Leonard Nimoy has died, and yeah, so we've kind of have to like figure out a way to cue him to existence in the story. Yeah, so a lot of those stories changed over the years as we put this together. Years that it has been. Now it's we're in April of 2016. If there is a new series, we have Mark Skard's permission to proceed with a pilot of that. It's just Kal Kat doing the whole thing, and him having a cameo. But whether that actually works or whether that'll actually happen are two different things. Well, like Mark Skard is constantly busy, so it might just be Kal Kat. Would that be just like every other fan film where they've said, "Oh look, there's only one guy left," like Spectre of the Past, where he ran out of like friends, and he was like, he's going to do the other two Spectre of the Past episodes. It was one of the fan films out there that we reviewed. Well, they just happened to the last two segments of that were him doing all the voices, which is, I guess it's all right, you know. Mark Skard would be on as a creative consultant on the series, but he would not be involved in the overall running of it. It would be done with the fan studio, studio per se, but the other room, the characters would be used on the new one, and they would be quickly put together. We would say, like, we would go to a full production of the stories as Kal Kat doing most of the voices, and do like we did with Trans Tech 2 and 3, Transformers parodies, in which it was mostly me doing all the voices, and Mark Skard would come by later and record his lines with the action figure, and then I'd splice the film together. Yeah, it's which is interesting. Yeah, that would make it quicker. But yeah, if we wanted to get out something by September 8th, 2016, we would have to do something like that immediately after this movie. And just get in there and go, okay, now it'll be like, July. And, it's like 2 months away. And say, okay, it's July. Okay, start filming the show now. Put all the pieces together. We'll do a pilot. And put the pilot out. Okay, yeah. Probably won't look as good. But yeah, Kal Kat will be directing if that happens. And producing and writing and making all the episodes. Well, if that's going to happen, we'll see. It's all dependent on the other thing. Yeah. Tentatively, Star Trek Chimera is not coming out on Memorial Day. There's an X-Men movie coming out on Memorial Day, I think, and several other things are coming out. We're not involved in that. And next December is Star Wars Rogue One. Go check that out. Yeah. Can't tell you anything about that. Uh, Verbal NDA when we went down to Disneyland. Yeah. Well, we can tell you about one thing though, because because they've already released the trailer. There's a girl heroine, female lead. We can tell you that because the trailer's out. So there you go. You know that already, but yeah. We tell you that. Just not gonna tell you anything else about it. So yeah. Chimera, Star Trek Chimera over at Paramount CBS. No, we're not pitching over at Paramount. This is ridiculous. No, they're not going to pay attention to Kal Kat over here. Although Fuller's working on that new one in 2017, so I don't know. But no, that's not happening. But it'd be funny if it'd be awesome if it did. But yeah, we'll see. There'll be some other 50th anniversary stuff. I'm sure we'll do something. You know, if it's not the whole thing, then it'll be sketches or webisodes or whatever. There will be more of something, even if Beyond stinks or not. I don't think Beyond will really stink. I don't think it'll make as much money, but it won't stink. I think they just have to work that out. So, Star Trek Chimera. Tentatively, a poster up there says tentatively set for now July the 22nd, 2016. We will see whether we get out by the 22nd. Maybe by Memorial Day we will get some sort of tease thing. It won't be the official long trailer because I just played the trailer and it's fine. We don't want to give away any more of the story. It's gonna if we give away any more of the story, we'll throw it off. Maybe we'll put up a little webisode thing. Sort of a little sneak preview. That's something I won't give away anything. Maybe Q. This is Kal Kat. Kal Kat signing off on a Star Trek Chimera discussion thingy update. That really we have nothing yet, but really we've been working on it. We really have. We've done some cool effects so far. That one shot that we filmed with the camera. Maybe we did have like 2 minutes of new footage. Actually, I think we did. But yeah, 27 minutes left. It'll get done eventually. It's not really a deadline.